Multiculturalism and a cross-cultural understanding of dance. Dance has existed in all cultures throughout all time and is a reflection of how different peoples react to the various conditions of their lives. Our study in world dance seeks to identify strategies and critical techniques to interpret and learn about the extraordinary behavior and diversity of dance. Why do we act the way we do? What makes one culture choose a particular behavior and another something completely different? Each culture has a specific and unique information database that stores information, interprets the world, and constructs meaning for its participants. Dance is part of that database. Culture might be viewed as an internal information system that guides our actions. In our world, we find an astonishing range of viewpoints, traditions, practices, and lifestyles among a great variety of peoples. This diversity is reflected in all areas of culture, and dance provides one area in which to study these viewpoints. Why look at dance? Dance provides a lens through which we can view some key behaviors and beliefs within a culture. Dance, like music, mythology, social customs, religion, literature, and social structure, to name only some, gives us a point of origin and a focus to the ethnographic study of a people. In our own country, the advent of multiculturalism was due to several factors, including the growth of the field of anthropology as a science, the exposure of everyday people to more diverse cultural experience through wars, and the expansion of business, and through international social movements. One movement in particular that had a huge influence on the growth of the idea of multiculturalism was the civil rights movement of the 60s. This movement gave rise to recognition of and concern for minority issues in the U.S. The outcome of this awareness and respect for cultural differences was seen as a shift in how Americans saw themselves and their fellow citizens. Whereas before, immigrants were pressured to drop native customs and languages in favor of assimilation into the American way, we now began to enter a period of honoring differences, placing value on the individuality of the various ethnic groups that make up our country and our world. Our American worldview changed, and that change was reflected in all areas of our society. Our metaphors for diversity in American society shifted as well. We began to think of American assimilation not as a soup of ingredients blended together, a melting pot, but rather as a rich tapestry woven together from many different and distinct pieces. And while multiculturalism is generally seen as a truer reflection of who we are, and maintaining an emphasis on cultural distinction keeps issues of ethnic and cultural identity in view, we must be careful not to overemphasize our differences. In distinguishing ourselves from others, we can further segregate populations, which can result in the creation and promotion of stereotypes that only serve to divide us further. Rosa Guerrero is a native El Pasoan who has been at the forefront of multicultural dance education for many years. You can see more about Rosa's work at her website here. Rita Triana, dancer, choreographer, writer, teacher, is another great dance resource artist in El Paso. She and her husband, the late Antonio Triana, performed and taught Spanish dance nationally and internationally, and Ms. Triana still teaches dance at UTEP. You'll find her classes in Spanish dance through the kinesiology department and through Chicano studies, usually at 12:30 Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the long semesters. Dance is a bridge that connects us to other cultures and promotes a sense of unity. We share the experience of the human body in motion, and we share a common history of movement as an expression of our beliefs and practices. Think about it. When you think of dance, what comes to mind? How is multiculturalism a part of your life? How has dance been a part of your life? What experiences have you had with other cultures or regions of the world, and how have those experiences influenced your belief system?